So with every NFL draft class, there are always winners and losers on each team. And today we are looking at those on the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Mauricio Rodriguez here at A to Z Sports Dallas. As we continue to break down the Cowboys draft class, it is time for us to also look at those in the coaching staff and those in the roster that are impacted negatively or positively with each of the 9 selections the Cowboys front office made in the 2025 NFL draft. And let's start with the winner of this NFL draft class, and that is Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer. This one might come off as a little ambiguous. It might come off as a little bit lazy, but I truly believe Schottenheimer is one of the biggest winners of the class. And that is because, according to multiple reports, the Cowboys were pounding the table. Schottenheimer was specifically for high character guys, players with leadership. And I think that's exactly what he got in this year's class, starting by Tyler Booker, who is considered the guy who got Alabama's locker room right on track after the embarrassing loss to Vanderbilt last year. But he also got several former captains on the team like Donovan Ezeraku. He got Savon Rebel Jr., who has a tremendous story of work ethic and also of staying loyal to East Carolina after they were the FBS program to bet on him. It just feels to me like this early in his tenure, 3 months into his head coaching gig with Dallas, to have this impact on the draft class to me was very telling. And also, the Cowboys even avoided some potential character concerns like Isaiah Bond in day 3 of the NFL draft. So big props to Schottenheimer. He is a winner of this draft class for sure. Now let's go to a loser, and let's go to CeeDee Lamb. At the end of the day, the Cowboys need a number 2 wide receiver, and the biggest reason why is CeeDee needs some help. He cannot be the one thing the defenses have to take away when the Cowboys face them, because that's obviously a nightmare situation, even for such a talented wide receiver like himself. You look at the Vikings, they've got a Jordan Addison to Justin Jefferson. They've got a T. Higgins to Jamar Chase. The Cowboys don't have that right now, and the fact that they didn't pick one at number 12 doesn't necessarily mean they picked the wrong player, but it does mean CeeDee Lamb comes out of this as a little bit of a loser. Hopefully the Cowboys front office does something about this, because it's for sure the biggest question mark on this team. Who is going to be out there to help Mr. Lamb? Now I'm going to keep it with the playmakers, and I'm going to go with Jake Ferguson, but I'm listing him as a winner. And the reason why is when the Cowboys were on the clock at number 12 overall, tight end Tyler Warren from Penn State was there. And I'm going to be honest with you, there was a little bit of doubt in my mind that if that scenario came up on draft night, whether or not the Cowboys would consider taking Warren, depending on how high they were on him. And the reason why I thought that was Jake Ferguson is entering a contract year, and the Cowboys have been dealing with all of these big-time extensions with Micah, with Dak, with CeeDee. Next up, you might have guys like Tyler Smith in the mix, Deron Bland, and it was a question mark for me. Are you going to pay Jake Ferguson for the long run? And they might. But if an opportunity like this came up, I was wondering, would they take Tyler Warren and then just maybe get ready for a goodbye between them and Jake Ferguson? However, that did not come up, and Ferguson still looks to be on track to be the long-term tight end for the Cowboys. Though watch out, because he does need to take a step forward in 2025, and he's one of the biggest players to watch this season. I'm going to keep it on offense, and I'm going to go with another winner, offensive coordinator Clayton Adams. He wants to create violence and explosiveness in the run game this year, and he got that in Tyler Booker, first and foremost, with that violence in the trenches. Booker might not be the guy that you want as a lead blocker in counter because he might not be that fast, but he is physical, he is strong, and he will get nasty in the trenches. So you got to appreciate that violence for him, and he will get to work with Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, and Tyler Booker as his interior offensive line. And that's a big way to welcome your new offensive coordinator who happens to have an offensive line coaching background. But that is not all. Adams said before day 3 of the NFL draft that creating explosives in the running game is a recipe for creating explosives in the passing game. And in the 5th round, the Cowboys got Jaden Blue out of Texas, one of the most explosive running backs in the class. So Adams is standing as a winner to me. Now I'm flipping it to the defense, and I'm looking at Sam Williams as a loser, honestly, because he was already dealing with a lot of competition from Dan Fowler Jr. and Marshawn Neiland, former second round draft pick. And now you're adding another second rounder to the mix through Donovan Izuraku, and he happens to be a player with a high floor. That means he can get on the field realistically week one and play a significant amount of snaps. So I just think Williams is dealing with a little bit more competition than maybe he expected. Plus, he's fighting back from injury. Plus, he needs to stay disciplined on and off the field. So he's someone to watch, and I'm not saying he's going to be cut or anything like that. I'm just saying it's going to be a little bit harder for him to come by playing time. And last but not least, I'm doing 2-for-1. Miles Sanders and Deuce Vaughn are clear losers to me because since the Cowboys double dipped at running back in day 3, they might have cut both. I honestly do not see the Cowboys getting rid of Jaden Blue and Phil Maffa before the season starts. I think Javonte Williams is above Sanders and Deuce Vaughn. And the question is, how many running backs, in addition to fullback Hunter Lipke, are they going to carry? In my way too early 53-man roster projection, I had both Sanders and Deuce Vaughn as projected cuts, and I think they're both losers out of the Cowboys drafting 2 running backs in the same year. But let me know who you think should be on the list of winners and losers, and I'll be checking out your answers below.